Respect is a cornerstone of healthy relationships and personal growth, but earning it isn't always simple. Often, our own actions and habits unknowingly undermine how others perceive us, making it harder to gain the respect we deserve. In this video, we'll uncover 5 harmful habits that can lead to disrespect from others. This isn't about criticism, it's about building awareness and taking steps toward positive change. Inspired by the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, we'll explore practical ways to shift your mindset and behaviors, helping you foster better relationships and a stronger sense of self-worth. Make sure to watch until the end, because the final habit might surprise you. It's one that many overlook. If you find value in this content, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more insights on personal growth and self-improvement. Let's dive in together. Chapter 1. The habit of constant complaining. Complaining is one of the most common yet damaging habits that can negatively impact your relationships and your ability to earn respect. While it might seem harmless or even natural to vent about your problems, constant complaining quickly becomes exhausting for those around you. People tend to avoid or emotionally distance themselves from individuals who perpetually focus on what's wrong in their lives. Over time, this habit can cause others to view you as someone who is incapable of handling life's inevitable challenges, further diminishing your credibility and ability to inspire confidence. Complaining, far from solving problems, often amplifies negativity and leaves both you and those around you feeling drained and unmotivated. The problem with habitual complaining goes beyond its social impact. It affects your mindset and personal growth. Complaining focuses your attention on external factors, many of which are beyond your control. This focus creates a sense of helplessness and frustration, trapping you in a cycle of negativity. The more you complain, the more you reinforce a perspective that life is unfair or unmanageable, making it even harder to take constructive action. In reality, complaining doesn't change circumstances. It simply keeps you stuck in the same problems without progress. Worse, it can signal to others that you lack the strength or willingness to tackle your difficulties head-on. To break free from this destructive habit, we can turn to the timeless wisdom of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes resilience, self-discipline, and focusing on what truly matters. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that while we cannot control external events, we always have control over our thoughts, emotions, and actions. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, beautifully captured this principle when he said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This perspective encourages us to shift our focus inward and recognize the incredible power we have to shape our responses, even in the face of adversity. Instead of complaining about life's difficulties, Stoicism teaches us to ask ourselves 2 important questions. Is this within my control, and what can I do about it? If the answer to the first question is yes, then direct your energy toward finding a solution. Taking proactive steps not only helps resolve the issue, but also demonstrates to others that you are someone who takes responsibility and faces challenges with determination. If the answer is no, if the problem is something you cannot influence, such as the weather or someone else's behavior, then practice acceptance. Acceptance is not about resignation or apathy. It's about choosing peace over frustration and focusing on what you can do to move forward. When you replace complaining with problem-solving or acceptance, you project qualities that command respect, resilience, composure, and resourcefulness. People naturally gravitate toward those who approach challenges with a calm, proactive attitude rather than a defeated or negative one. This doesn't mean you should suppress your emotions or pretend everything is perfect. Instead, acknowledge your feelings, but channel them into actions or perspectives that empower you. Breaking the habit of complaining isn't easy, but it's possible with consistent effort and self-awareness. Start by noticing when you complain and ask yourself whether your words are contributing to a solution or simply venting frustration. If it's the latter, challenge yourself to reframe the situation. Can you look for something positive? Can you focus on a step, however small, that moves you forward? Over time, these practices will help you develop a more positive and proactive mindset, one that attracts respect and admiration. Ultimately, people respect those who embody resilience and take responsibility for their lives. Complaining may feel like a release in the moment, but it rarely brings about lasting change or connection. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot, you not only free yourself from the weight of negativity, but also inspire others with your strength and self-mastery. Respect is earned through actions, not excuses, and adopting this mindset is a powerful step toward a more fulfilling and respected life. Chapter 2: Interrupting Others During Conversations. Interrupting others during conversations is a habit that can subtly but significantly undermine your ability to earn respect. When you cut someone off mid-sentence, you send an unspoken but clear message. What I have to say is more important than what you're saying. This behavior, whether intentional or not, can make others feel undervalued, unheard, and even disrespected. Over time, this erodes the trust and connection you share with others, making it harder to build meaningful relationships. In professional and personal settings alike, this habit can create an impression of impatience, arrogance, or self-centeredness, none of which foster respect. The act of interrupting is often driven by impatience or the urge to assert one's perspective. Sometimes we interrupt because we're eager to share an idea or clarify a point, but the effect is rarely positive. Interruptions disrupt the natural flow of communication and rob the speaker of the opportunity to fully express their thoughts. They can also lead to misunderstandings, as you might miss important nuances in their message. Additionally, interrupting can make conversations feel like a competition rather than a collaborative exchange, where both parties should ideally feel heard and valued. Stoicism, with its emphasis on self-discipline and mindfulness, offers valuable guidance for overcoming this habit. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is the idea that we should strive to master our impulses and act with intention rather than react instinctively. Interrupting others is often an impulsive act, and it takes conscious effort to resist the urge to jump in while someone else is speaking. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we can listen twice as much as we speak." This simple yet profound reminder highlights the importance of active listening as a cornerstone of respectful and meaningful communication. Active listening is not just about being silent while the other person speaks. It's about fully engaging with their words and demonstrating that you value their perspective. When you allow someone to finish their thoughts without interruption, you communicate respect and patience. This doesn't mean you have to agree with everything they say, but it shows that you're willing to hear them out before formulating your response. This approach not only deepens connections, but also leads to more thoughtful and constructive conversations. Practicing active listening requires mindfulness and effort, especially if interrupting has become a habitual behavior. Start by becoming aware of your tendencies during conversations. Pay attention to moments when you feel the urge to interject, and consciously choose to wait until the other person has finished speaking. If you find yourself interrupting out of excitement or enthusiasm, acknowledge it and apologize if necessary. A simple, "I'm sorry for interrupting, please continue," can go a long way in repairing any perceived disrespect. Another helpful strategy is to focus on the speaker's words rather than formulating your response while they're talking. This keeps you present in the moment and reduces the likelihood of cutting them off. Additionally, pause briefly before responding once they've finished speaking. This not only gives you time to collect your thoughts, but also signals to the other person that you've genuinely considered their perspective. In the long run, developing the discipline to listen patiently will enhance your communication skills and strengthen your relationships. People naturally respect those who demonstrate empathy and understanding, and listening is one of the most effective ways to convey these qualities. When you make an effort to prioritize the speaker's voice over your own, you create an environment of mutual respect and collaboration where both parties feel valued. Ultimately, respect begins with listening. Interrupting others might seem trivial, but it can have a profound impact on how people perceive you. By embracing the Stoic principle of self-discipline and practicing active listening, you can break free from the habit of interrupting and cultivate deeper, more respectful connections with those around you. As Epictetus wisely observed, the balance of listening more and speaking less is a fundamental key to fostering understanding and respect in all your interactions. Chapter 3. Seeking constant validation. The habit of seeking constant validation is a subtle but destructive behavior that can undermine your ability to earn respect. Whether it's fishing for compliments, oversharing your achievements, or constantly seeking reassurance, this behavior often signals insecurity or a lack of self-worth. While everyone enjoys acknowledgement from time to time, an over-reliance on external approval can lead others to perceive you as needy or overly dependent on their opinions. Over time, this can diminish the respect people have for you, as true respect is often reserved for those who exhibit confidence and self-assurance. At its core, the need for constant validation stems from a fragile sense of self-worth. When you rely on others to affirm your value, you place your sense of confidence and identity in their hands. This makes you vulnerable to their judgments, praise, or criticism, creating a cycle where your mood and self-esteem are tied to external factors. Instead of feeling secure in who you are, you may find yourself constantly seeking approval to fill an internal void. This behavior not only affects how you see yourself, but also impacts how others view and interact with you. People respect those who are secure in themselves, not those who constantly seek affirmation from others. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this behavior by teaching us to anchor our sense of worth internally rather than externally. The Stoics believed that true confidence comes from living in alignment with your values and principles, not from the fleeting opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, captured this idea when he said, "It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinions than our own." This paradox highlights the irrationality of prioritizing others' approval over your own self-respect. By focusing on living a virtuous and meaningful life, you can cultivate a deep sense of self-worth that doesn't depend on external validation. To break free from the habit of seeking constant validation, start by reflecting on your values and what truly matters to you. Ask yourself, am I living in a way that aligns with my principles and goals? When you live authentically and with purpose, you naturally begin to feel more confident and less reliant on others' opinions. This doesn't mean you should ignore constructive feedback or reject all compliments, but rather that you should focus on being proud of who you are, regardless of external recognition. Another important step is to practice self-validation. Instead of waiting for others to acknowledge your efforts or achievements, take a moment to acknowledge them yourself. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and remind yourself of your strengths and capabilities. This practice reinforces your sense of self-worth and reduces the need for external approval. Over time, as you become more self-assured, you'll find that others respect you more because of your confidence and independence. It's also important to understand that seeking validation is not inherently bad. It becomes problematic only when it's excessive or habitual. A healthy desire for recognition can motivate us to improve and connect with others. However, when it dominates our interactions or defines our self-esteem, it becomes a barrier to personal growth and respect. By balancing your desire for approval with a strong sense of self-validation, you can create healthier relationships and a more grounded sense of identity. Ultimately, respect from others is often a reflection of the respect you have for yourself. When you focus on living according to your values, validating your own efforts, and cultivating inner confidence, you project strength and authenticity. People naturally admire and respect those who don't constantly seek approval, but instead stand firm in their self-worth. As Marcus Aurelius wisely observed, caring more about your own opinion of yourself than the opinions of others is a key to lasting respect and fulfillment. By embracing this Stoic principle, you can let go of the need for constant validation and step into a more empowered and respected version of yourself. Chapter 4. Gossiping about others. Gossiping about others is a habit that may provide temporary satisfaction, but comes with significant long-term consequences. When you engage in talking behind someone's back, you not only harm the person you're gossiping about, but also damage your own reputation and relationships. Gossip creates an atmosphere of distrust because people who hear you gossip will naturally assume that you might do the same to them when they're not around. This behavior quickly erodes trust, respect, and credibility as others come to view you as someone who prioritizes negativity and division over honesty and integrity. At its core, gossiping often stems from insecurity or a desire to feel superior by putting others down. It can also serve as a misguided attempt to bond with others over shared criticism. While it might feel gratifying in the moment, the long-term effects are rarely positive. Gossip not only tarnishes your relationships with others, but also reflects poorly on your character. People respect those who rise above petty behavior, not those who contribute to it. A reputation for being a gossip can make others hesitant to confide in you, further isolating you and diminishing your influence. Stoicism offers a powerful perspective for overcoming the habit of gossiping. The philosophy emphasizes self-discipline, personal growth, and focusing on what truly matters. Rather than wasting time and energy on criticizing others, Stoics encourage us to direct our attention inward, to our own actions, thoughts, and values. Seneca, one of the great Stoic philosophers, captured this idea when he said, "It is the power of the mind to be unconquerable." This quote reminds us that our strength lies in mastering ourselves, not in tearing others down. Gossip is a distraction from our own growth, a way of avoiding the work of improving ourselves by focusing on the flaws of others. To break the habit of gossiping, start by practicing mindfulness in your conversations. Pay attention to the moments when you're tempted to gossip and ask yourself why you feel the need to do so. Is it to feel included, to vent frustration, or to gain attention? Understanding the root of your behavior is the first step toward changing it. Once you're aware, consciously choose to redirect the conversation to something positive or neutral. Instead of speaking negatively about someone, focus on discussing ideas, goals, or shared interests. Another effective strategy is to adopt a mindset of empathy. Before engaging in gossip, consider how you would feel if the roles were reversed. Would you want others to speak about you in the same way? Practicing empathy not only helps you avoid gossip, but also strengthens your relationships by fostering understanding and compassion. People are more likely to respect and trust someone who demonstrates kindness and fairness, even when discussing difficult topics. It's also helpful to set boundaries in conversations with others. If someone tries to draw you into gossip, politely steer the discussion in a different direction or express your discomfort with the topic. By refusing to participate in gossip, you establish yourself as someone who values integrity and respect. Over time, people will come to see you as trustworthy and mature, qualities that naturally earn admiration and respect. Breaking free from the habit of gossiping requires effort and self-discipline, but the rewards are worth it. By focusing on your own growth and avoiding petty behavior, you set yourself apart as someone who embodies strength, integrity, and emotional intelligence. Instead of wasting energy on negativity, channel it into building others up or working on your personal goals. Whether it's offering encouragement, celebrating someone's achievements, or simply listening without judgment, these actions create a positive ripple effect that enhances your relationships and reputation. In the end, gossiping might feel satisfying in the moment, but it rarely leads to anything constructive. Respect is earned by those who demonstrate trustworthiness, empathy, and the ability to rise above pettiness. By embracing the Stoic principle of focusing on self-improvement and avoiding gossip, you not only improve your relationships, but also cultivate a character that commands genuine respect. As Seneca wisely said, mastering your mind and behavior is the true mark of an unconquerable spirit. Chapter 5. Failing to keep promises. Failing to keep promises, no matter how small, can significantly damage your reputation and erode the respect others have for you. Promises represent a commitment, a verbal contract that people rely on, whether it's in personal relationships or professional settings. When you fail to follow through, it sends a message that your words are not trustworthy and that others cannot depend on you. Over time, this perception of unreliability can make it difficult to maintain meaningful relationships, as trust is a cornerstone of respect and connection. Broken promises create disappointment and frustration in others, and these feelings can linger long after the promise is forgotten. People may begin to view you as someone who overcommits, lacks discipline, or doesn't value their time and expectations. Even seemingly minor promises, such as showing up on time or completing a small task, matter. These commitments, no matter their scale, reflect your character. When you consistently fail to deliver, you undermine your credibility and your ability to inspire confidence in others. Stoicism, with its emphasis on integrity, provides timeless wisdom for addressing this issue. The philosophy teaches us the value of living in alignment with our principles and being consistent in our actions. A fundamental tenet of Stoicism is the importance of honoring your word. As Stoics believed, your word is a reflection of your character and your commitment to living virtuously. Failing to keep a promise is not just a failure toward others, but also a failure toward yourself and the values you aspire to uphold. To avoid breaking promises, start by being honest with yourself and others about your capacity to deliver. Many broken promises arise from overcommitting, often due to a desire to please others or avoid conflict. While the intention may seem noble, the outcome is usually counterproductive. Instead, practice self-awareness and assess whether you can realistically fulfill a commitment before agreeing to it. If you're unsure, it's better to be upfront and explain your limitations rather than making an empty promise. People respect honesty, even when it involves setting boundaries. If you've already made a promise but realize you can't keep it, communicate as soon as possible. Explain the situation honestly and apologize for any inconvenience caused. While breaking a promise is never ideal, taking responsibility and offering a genuine explanation can help preserve trust. People are often more understanding when you're transparent and take accountability for your actions. Consistency is key to rebuilding trust and maintaining respect. Keeping promises isn't just about avoiding dishonesty, it's about demonstrating reliability and commitment. Even small actions like showing up on time, following through on deadlines, or fulfilling casual agreements can significantly impact how others perceive you. Over time, these consistent efforts build a solid foundation of trust, making your words something people can rely on without question. It's also important to recognize the weight of your promises. Each commitment you make should be viewed as an opportunity to reinforce your integrity. Actions, as the saying goes, speak louder than words. Following through on your promises is a tangible demonstration of your values and character. It shows that you respect others and value their time and trust. Breaking promises not only affects others, but also impacts your self-esteem. When you fail to follow through, you may feel guilt, shame, or disappointment in yourself. By making a conscious effort to honor your commitments, you can cultivate a sense of pride and confidence in your reliability. This internal shift will naturally reflect in your external interactions, earning you greater respect and admiration. In the end, keeping your promises is one of the simplest, yet most powerful ways to earn and maintain respect. When people see you as someone who honors their commitments, they're more likely to trust and value you. Stoicism reminds us that our actions define our character and that integrity is essential to living a virtuous life. By being honest, consistent, and dependable, you not only strengthen your relationships, but also build a reputation that commands respect. Remember, it's not what you say, but what you do that truly matters. Respect isn't something you demand. It's something you earn through consistent actions and a strong character. The 5 habits we've explored, complaining, interrupting, seeking validation, gossiping, and breaking promises, can hinder your ability to gain respect. But the good news is that they're all within your power to change. By embracing the wisdom of Stoicism, you can focus on controlling what you can and letting go of what you can't. This timeless philosophy encourages values like integrity, patience, and resilience, which naturally inspire respect from others. Transformation begins with awareness and small intentional steps. So which of these habits will you work on first? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content on self-improvement and personal growth. Thank you for watching.